Hey guys, welcome back to the Truth and Tales podcast with your favorite host Victoria and
Yemi.
Welcome guys, thank you so much for all the love, all the support. Thank you for not looking at our character. We left our window. We're really thankful to be back here. And today we have another truth. If you enjoyed the video, we talked about some of the things we regretted in our 20s. Yes. Today we are sharing some of the things we are thankful that we did in our 20s. Okay, hopefully that you guys can learn a thing or two, and please make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you are grateful that you did in your 20s or you are doing in your 20s. Okay, all right. Yemi, sorry, have you introduced the topic? Even
I was just about to say, but anyways, that is it. You know, gratitude is everything.
Yeah,
gratitude is everything. So that we're not just putting out regrets out there, and somebody will think, okay.
All right. So I guess you start then. What's the thing that you are grateful you did?
Anyways, you know, the first thing that came to my mind when we decided that we were going to talk about this topic is, I'm grateful that I got married.
That was the first thing that came to my mind also.
I'm grateful that I got married in my 20s and started having kids in that period. Just because the relationship market right now.
Oh, critical.
The relationship market right now.
Oh, heavy.
Hey. I don't know if and I'm not saying that marriage is the end goal for every relationship. No, before somebody will now come and be typing in the comment section. What I'm saying is I'm grateful that is done, and it's not something that I'm looking for. I have to worry about, because I'm not somebody that did not wish to not get married. You know, there are some people that maybe from their own dream that was not in the plan for them, but me, it was always in my plan, was always in my own agenda. So I'm glad that I had that ticked off early on, and I got married to somebody that I'm not regretting that I got married to. So I'm thankful that I got married to the person that I got married to, and we started building our family at the time that I got married. It was in my early 20s. It was 24. It was a gamble, you know, it was a risk as this, even when you are in your 40s, you know. Yeah. So I'm grateful that I made that decision at that time, and it turned out to be a very good decision, with the person, right? So I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Okay, for me it's the same, but I would say that I'm thankful that I started my journey to content creating earlier in my 20s. And the reason I'm not talking about YouTube yet, I'm talking about like when I started on Facebook, on Instagram, like my videos. I didn't start posting videos on YouTube. I started posting videos on Instagram and on Facebook.
The OG.
And I'm thankful because that was how I met my husband. It was through that. So if I had not started that, because even our path had never crossed, even though we had so many mutual friends. I mean, if we were meant to be, God would have meant, I would have done it. But I'm thankful that happened. But most importantly, I'm thankful that, for the kind of person that I married. And because at that time, my husband was not the ideal kind of people that people my age were going for. We're going for guys that were doing do ring light with you, that would
TikTokers
spend so much on you, do stuff like that. I'm thankful that I have never been that kind of a person who was materialistic. I was always looking towards the future, because I knew the person I was marrying. I knew his vision. I knew that this was God. I'm thankful that I didn't go with my own wisdom, right? So in case you are here single and you desire, like she said, you desire to be married, right? You're in your 20s and you're thinking that I still have time. At that time when my husband approached me, I was so scared, because I felt like it was too early for me. I wanted to get married in my 30s. In short, it was so bad. When they asked me, I said if I ever get married early 28, I wanted to be in my 30s. Yes, I felt like I had so much to do, so much I wanted to accomplish, that marriage was going to be a distraction. So marriage was not in my mind. So when my husband came, I was so, and that's why I said in the last video that I was looking for validation, because in my mind I didn't feel like I was ready to be married. So, and I have a lot of friends like that. So that would say, not friends, people around me that would say that, even friends that would say, I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't, and there's so many fears, so much anxiety, especially now that so much is going on in marriage, Instagram marriage, this celebrity marriage, crash, this and that, with fear and anxiety. But I'm thankful that, I did not allow the voice of people to discourage me. The people tell me, this man you're married doesn't look the spec and my spec. So I therefore I didn't go for my spec because I'm really thankful that I did not. So in case you are in your 20s, like I was saying, don't be saying time is short. I'm telling you, I had people, nice people were coming that time. They're like, hey, time is too early. Now them define anybody available. You understand? So I'm really thankful that for that. Yeah.
That's some good stuff. Yeah, you have to dance to it.
Now you sabi.
Right. Another thing that I'm grateful for, that I'm thankful that I did while I was in my 20s, is upholding a very high moral standard.
Love it.
See, in fact, it was so bad that my friends used to call me Georgina. Because if you as much as do something that is not nice, don't come and tell me.
You are the Bolaji of our friendship.
I will judge you. You can be drinking.
Bolaji will judge you.
You know that we are our moms, any small thing you do, because it's not passing, so you can eat. That's what I will do to you. But if I give you corner eye, you... I don't know, I maybe did too much with people, but I'm glad that for myself I upheld a very good, I don't mean that all the time I was always 100% perfect and all of that, but even those days when I made mistakes, I was aware that you're going to do something wrong, but I just chose to do it because everybody else was doing it, like I said in that video of mistakes, right? But I'm grateful for for the fact that I held very high moral standard. I knew certain things. In fact, I was so worried about having a high body count at that point. Like I
didn't even know the meaning of body count.
I didn't know what the body count, like the word.
Okay, I get that.
I didn't want to be like, I cannot even count
how many guys.
I didn't want that. Aside from that, like relationships, sexually and all of that, I wanted to be like, I didn't want anything to be my fault. I didn't want in the future they'll say they'll now say it's because of in fact, in terms of morals, that even in my personal hygiene as well, like I didn't want anything to be my fault. Like I wanted it to be that I would be able to go to God and say, you know what, you have to take this. So tell me that if I see that somebody is married, it's not go area. If I see that this guy, like there were just certain things in terms of your morals, like lying for I used to have people to tell lies when they do wrong things too. But like
I would never lie for you though.
I'll help you escape that.
She's not gonna lie for you. I'll help you escape. I used to not like her then. I don't know how we are still
I'll help you
still close friends.
As per girl code now, I'll help you escape. But then in terms of like things that girls will trip over, like somebody cannot buy me a drink and think that you have access to me. Like it was like I had high expectations for myself. I had high moral standards. I have it was really high for me. Like you can't think that and so those things that a lot of girls fell trap, a lot of those things that will make girls to be weeping, it didn't happen. To the glory of the Almighty God. I held that, I had this consciousness that, you know what, my future is very important. In that aspect, I'm grateful that I did that, because I can't imagine now that certain things are haunting me, like certain decisions I made, like I cannot come boldly to the throne of grace. I'm grateful for
not
that.
To say if you have made any mistakes,
of course
shame,
not, like I said,
there's always a place for repentance and for restitution,
exactly,
right? But that's a good one. I think also related to that is I'm thankful that I found God early. I'm so thankful that, you know, my faith journey began, especially in my 20s. My faith journey began before like I found God when I was like 13. Not that I was born in the Christian, no, like found him and, you know, and all of that. But especially in my 20s, from my early 20s, you know, so I like, it was me and God.
Yeah.
Fasting, prayer, intercession, everything was quiet time. Like, I took my relationship with God so seriously, and I can't even take the credit. You know, credit to Bob Bolaji, to Christy, to the people. You know,
Auntie Mo!
Auntie Mo of UK.
Auntie Mo!
You know, credit to them, and that's on the next point. But on this one, I'm so thankful that, you know, God was so intentional about me, and I was intentional about God, because that really helped in dictating so many things in my life. You know, the days of, because I passed through so many seasons in my 20s, and just having that anchor was what held me, you know, held me solid. And even talking about morals, talking about, you know, certain things, I think that the reason why I could stand morally upright was because I was accountable to God, and I had the Holy Spirit leading me very, very early, you know. And I think that's definitely something I'm so grateful for.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, because it's one of the things in my own regret. So, in the previous
if you didn't watch it, go and watch it.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think another thing that I'm really thankful for in my 20s, I would say the relationships that I had. I'm thankful for my husband as well. Really thankful for him, because certain things that like I said, he had so much drive. I had so much dreams with less drive.
Me and my husband is the other way around. He has dreams, I have drive.
He had so much drive. He's the kind of person that will just think something then and if you are moving, you will be put kilo. Waiting, I had so much dreams but less drive. He had a lot of drive, and it was kind of like a very good decision. Yeah, it was a good balance. Even though I didn't see it in the beginning, I'll have chased him away. But I'm grateful for the relationships that I allowed. Like I said in previous video, that I locked certain people, like I didn't allow a lot of people in, but those that I allowed in, I'm grateful for that decision. Because, you know, in life, when you're going in the wrong direction and the people around you are also leading you there, all of you, it's easier for you to enter a trap. Even when you say you have high morals, there's a level to which, you know, there's this saying that a sheep that rolls around with a dog will end up backing like a dog.
No.
You know, so I'm grateful for the fact for those relationships. Like, you know, there was a lot going on with me at the time, right? Even in uni, most of my friends, we kind of grew together. So the fact that I had those relationships helped me to also see things. Like, I mean, I remember that I don't used to, like, in my own house, we're very free, we're very liberal. But hearing their own upbringing, hearing their own stories, hearing about the way they did things in their own household made me realize that, wait, there's more to life than what I see it and how I perceive it, you know, and envision it. So I'm grateful for that, for the fact that I had those kind of relationships. My friends, like, we are still like really close today, aside from, you know, marriage, all those things that have made it a bit, you know. But yeah, I'm grateful for those relationships that I allowed into my life. Grateful for my friend, my bestie, before she comes for me. I'm grateful for you.
Auntie why?
No first, I've mentioned your name. Oh, but she come for me and say,
why of UK?
So it's only your husband that you can.
Auntie why of UK?
So yeah, I'm grateful for.
I think
those
also the same.
relationships,
The same for me is grateful for intentional friendship. I've always. It's so funny because before I got into university, I was the friend or the girl that people did not want to be friends with. Right, because I didn't come from a wealthy home, right? You know, so I was always that liability in the friend that I would not be able to afford the dress, would not be able to do that and all of that. And it was the same, and I was, you see, that thing of being rejected in friendship was that same thought I took into universities. But one thing my mom always prayed for us was God will connect you. I'm not there, I can't tell what you're doing, but God will connect you with friends that would, you know, take you closer to God, that will not lead you astray. God will send strategic people your way. And it's still a prayer she prays for us till today, right? So I believe that, that prayer was very key in me meeting my two friends, Bolaji and Chris, right, from university. And you see, because my friendship with them really helped. Like, it was through them I knew that you can really wake up in the morning and the first person you're talking to is God. You understand? And, just doing life with people that are, even at the time, none of us were each other's best friend. Balaji had her best friend. Chris has her best friend,
Right.
But in school, the three of us, you could tell that, and that. So I'm so thankful for that, because they are still friends that you today will still call me, we'll still hold hands together, we'll still pray together, we'll still encourage each other, and all of that. So, just being intentional, because I had a lot of people that if I didn't have them, I probably would have been those people's friend, and they are the extreme of the other hand, because I had the tendency to be wayward, especially in my 20s, because I was that child that was looking forward to leaving my mother's house, because we were so caged. We were not caged, like to the point of insanity, but there were certain things that I had no freedom to do because I was under my parents' roof, and I was looking forward to leaving and going to the university, right? So that I said, and so I think God saw that ability for me to go astray, and He brought those people my way, and then it captured my heart when I was in my 20s. So I'm so thankful for that, because trust me, if you're in your 20s and you don't have, and all the friends you have are club friends, what is trending friends, on ring light friends,
just comparing yourself.
You don't have friends that will call you and say in the midnight and say let's pray. You don't have friends that you would hold hands together and you will share the word of God together. That every time you're on a call, like when I'm on a call with my friends, I live edified. Right? So you don't have those people around. You need to be intentional. See,
as you're talking, I remember one funny incident. I had a dream that night. My friend also had a bad dream that night, and three of us, me, AY, and Kenny, told her, I said, we can't be having bad dreams though.
Good job.
There's a Deeper Life church close by to our house. Let's go in there and pray.
Deliverance.
Now we enter the deeper. What our eyes met, what we saw, we quickly, as I think we dodged out of the church. Prayer come pass power.
It passed the problem. Wait,
I'm telling you, we dodged out of the church. We now got back home to our room. We're not laughing at ourselves for it, those are memories.
Be intentional about the people. You don't need plenty friends. I keep saying there are strategic people that God has ordained for you to do life with. Find them. Prayerfully find them. Before I travel here, before I go to any city, I always pray to God. The people that you have assigned for me to bless their life, for them to bless my life, let me connect us together. Those that my destiny are tied to. There are some people that your destiny should never meet, and you are with them. There are some friendship that they are not from God, they are from the devil, and you are associating and sleeping with them.
In it.
There are some people that, you see, if not for the kind of friends you have, you'll be praying more. Your spiritual life will be grown if you had them. But you don't have them. Pray that God will connect you to them. Amen. Right? So, grateful for that.
I think another thing that I'm grateful for, that I'm thankful for building in my 20s is, there are certain habits that I built in my 20s that I'm grateful for. And I'm thankful for the curious mind that I have. Even though we didn't use it well, but but I'm grateful for the fact that I built certain habits. One of the things that helped me was the fact that I used to read a lot. I love reading. I read a lot, and I also was able to reach people. So that was one thing. That's one of my strengths that made me not to enter into certain things. And I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I read a lot of books, right? It helped my mind. It helped the way I think, right? So when I see somebody, beyond what everybody is seeing, there's something I'm looking out for without necessarily saying it. So when I say I don't want to let this person in, there's always a very good reason for it. Even though sometimes you give people grace, right?
Of course.
But I love the fact that certain habits I built early in my 20s. I knew, and don't take me wrong, if it is, don't get me wrong.
If it is
to enjoy,
I'm there. I should be.
You got it.
Yeah.
But even when I'm out there, I'm not the kind of person that I will go out because everybody else is drinking 5 bottles of alcohol. I will follow them and do. No. Will I have a good time? Trust me. We'll have a good time. I mean, when I was just my husband, right, when we were in the early days, and I was just about, my fun times and the way I just do things, I was always amazed that you are this person, but then you're also this person.
Yeah.
Like, it's very difficult marrying the kind of, I'm very conservative, but at the same time, I can be very. But anyways, I'm just grateful for the kind of muscle that I built in my 20s, and the fact that muscle, those habits, those shaping, those things that shaped my mind was because I was paying attention to the things that was happening. When I read a book, I don't just read and throw it, and I was paying attention to every detail. When I'm watching a movie, I'm paying attention to the nitty. I'm asking questions. When I see, even in my family drama, in-law drama, aunties and my own mother and that other mother and that, all those things, I never really took a side, and say, oh, this one is fighting my mother, I'm fighting you. I'm just more, so it made me it built certain resilience, exactly. It built certain resilience, it built certain things inside me that are helping me now, even as a grown woman. So I'm grateful for the habits. I'm grateful for the fact that I was always paying attention to details. For you, it might be that you're very organized, but you just you don't pay attention to yourself to be able to understand, and you just allow certain patterns to keep repeating themselves in your life. I'm grateful for that, for the fact that I was just that person that I was paying attention to details. I was very present in my life. It's not people that will be telling me that. I was very well aware. So even when I'm doing nonsense, I know that I'm doing nonsense. I just don't know how to rectify it. I don't get me.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm grateful for. Might be the last.
Yeah, and then for me, I think I'm grateful for exposure. Right,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the desire to seek knowledge. I've always been, says the reader.
No,
I've never been a reader, but I've never been a reader. But I've always been a person that I was always very curious about relationship, about family, about growth, about career, like listening to people. And I'm so thankful for in my 20s that I was able to seek. Because it was from that, like, we said in the last video that I didn't have any guidance around me.
Yeah.
I didn't have the role model. I didn't see what I wanted around me. I'm telling you, I grew up in the barracks, and the highest shots, the person that succeeded the most is, my mom was part of them. A housewife that got a car and, has a career. It's not something you see. My mom was like the only person or one or two people in the entire block that had a career, right? So I did not have that. Apart from my mother, I didn't have that around me. I didn't see, even my mom, she was a vision of a lot of things I want to see in my life, but there are a lot of things also that she wasn't, right? So looking for that wisdom outside, listening to messages, listening to inspirational messages, listening to this, listening to that, making me say that I can be more than what this environment is, right? I think that really, really helped me to seek for more from life, right? So that exposure, also, my exposure going for the opportunity I had to go to the US the first time, I think that broke a generational chain in my family, not like in my immediate family. I was the first in my family to travel outside of the country. So it was like, as soon as I did it, everybody was like, we can all leave this country. But before then, it was not a thought in any of our mind. We all thought about settling in Lagos. Me, I knew it was Abuja. Even though I'd never been there, I always knew my husband was going to be in Abuja. But you see, that broke a lot of things, and then you just expanded our mind. But it didn't start there also. It started from us going outside. Okay, well, we schooled in Ghana. So Ghana was like
it
was still close to Nigeria, right? And that's the other thing I'm grateful for, if I'm allowed to share that one, that just schooling in Ghana. I'm so thankful that my mom did everything she could to make sure that none of us schooled in Nigeria. And the reason is because I would not be the opportunities that, not to say there's anything wrong with the education system. There is a lot of things wrong with the education system in Nigeria.
Let's not
try to be diplomatic about it. There are a lot of things wrong with it. But if I was not in Ghana, the opportunities I had, I would never have had them. To work whilst I was schooling, to get experience, to be able to, build myself to a certain level, even my faith journey. Because I don't know what trajectory my life would have been, but I know definitely that going to Ghana to school in my 20s was like the biggest trajectory change in my life, right? Because I still have mates that we graduated together, and she just did NYSC last year because of strike, because of all this nonsense things, right? So that alone was like a change in the trajectory of my life, and that was what even gave me the boldness to apply for a program in the US, because I had gone out and I had seen things, and it changed my mindset and all of that, and it just line upon line, precept upon precept. So I'm really grateful for that exposure that I had in my lifetime. And if you're young, don't limit yourself to what you have in your environment. If you're in your 20s, look outside. Look for people that you look up to outside. What did they do? What are the steps they take? Apply for things or jobs. Apply for things that your mind cannot even comprehend that you can achieve. Apply for them outside the country. Look beyond your abilities. Look beyond your qualification. You'll be amazed at the doors of opportunities that will open to you if you only you would try. And I'm so, because the day I applied for the fellowship program in the US, then it wasn't wait. I never, at that time, no family member of my family, not my father's family, but in the family that are close to me, I've ever traveled abroad at the time. It wasn't even a dream, right? But I just saw it. I'm like, let me just apply. And I did. And I gave you my best. And I did the second stage, the third stage, and everything. Everything was still looking like a dream. But just that boldness to go. Sometimes God will open doors, but you have to walk into it.
You have to. You have to.
Right?
They push you.
So
I think it boils down to just finalize it. And I think in your 20s, it's very important not to be lazy. Because I know I didn't have any drive, but I wasn't lazy. If I knew that, this is the direction to go, I go with it. I run with it. I might take time to understand the logistics, but I would go. Yeah. Don't be lazy.
My pastor said something that if you are lazy,
not be lazy.
God cannot use you. Even the devil cannot use you. He said, gone are the days that they used to say, I do man is the devil works. I said that was before. Now, if you are I do, the devil can't use you.
You know how the proactivity of the level of people in the
they are working over what are Christians over time.
Don't be lazy. Whatever it is, God. Do not be lazy, because laziness will rob you of a lot of opportunities.
Honestly.
It will rob you of time. Honestly. It will rob you of everything good. And we can go on and on and on and on and on and on about things. But we won't. The way I've been challenging people in this our video, but we won't. The energy that we came back with.
People don't know. You don't know. We are just starting.
We won't. Okay. Drop yours in the comment section. What you are thankful for so far in life, your experiences, anything that comes to mind. Drop yours in the comment section. And as always, you guys can send us your thoughts, your whatever it is that you wish to send to us that you don't want to put in the comments. Again, you can send that to us. Details are always in the description box. You can listen to the podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are always there. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. As you are here, click on it. It is free. Okay, excuse me. It is very free. Share with your loved ones. All these lessons. Why keep it to yourself? Why? Anyways, that is from us today. And as always, we remain your favorite hosts,
Victoria and Yemi. See you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.